Hi there everyone, Musical Everybody here. We're at Orbx at Essendon Airfield, and today I'm going to be flying a bit of a visitor to Melbourne. CareFlight Helicopter 3, CareFlight 3, all the way down from Mounties in Mount Pritchard, Sydney. Usually kept at, I believe it's Westmead Hospital. It's a bit far away here in Melbourne, Essendon. But here we are at Orbx. Today's flight is going to be an IFR flight in a helicopter with the autopilot running and full ATC with Vatsim, at least until we get to Colac, at which point we'll drop out of IFR, fly a VFR, land at the location where I was at camping a couple of weeks back at my live action roleplay Swordcraft event. We'll probably do a pickup there and then shoot back to the Royal Melbourne Hospital, do an IFR pickup over Colac, and probably drop it again at Avalon before we head in to the city CBD. We'll land at the helipad at Royal Melbourne Hospital, which is actually right next to Parkdale, where we normally host the Friday night Swordcraft events. And after that we'll come back in. I'd imagine it'll take us about 2 hours. I'll say bye to the guys here at Orbx. Thanks dudes. And we'll head down the hallway. Out the doors. Melbourne's first airport. Kinda true, not really. First international airport, yeah. The very first airfield in Melbourne is Point Cook, of course. Oldest Royal Australian Air Force base in the country. But I guess Essendon was once the main international airport of Melbourne. Heading up to where the helicopter's parked at. There's the control tower at Essendon. Everything should be over that side of the road. Gonna just drop in here. Here is our wonderful helicopter waiting for us. All the doors open. All the way from New South Wales. The reason I chose this is A, it's a really good helicopter, and that's most of the reason. We have a good autopilot on this aircraft, so it's very IFR capable if you need it to be. Not that we do need it to be. Very nice clear skies today here in Melbourne. Up here we have the Augusta West Winds, the HEMS aircraft. Getting a phone call, just be a second. Yep. Missed it. We do have air traffic controllers online for all of you guys watching, and we'll go through our flight plan now that we're sitting outside the aircraft. So that's Colac. We won't actually be landing at Colac, but we will be flying over the top of it. Here's Essendon. We're at the emergency apron, just on the south side of it near Delta. Hi there, Toy Inspector. Good to see you. Not doing too badly. Bit of flip on the chest. So after departing here from Essendon, we're going to track down south over the top of Point Cook on the Whiskey 291 airway. That's a place called Samig. From Samig we track direct to Avalon. Then the flight plan has us from Avalon direct to Colac. Owns Gaming, hello. So there's Avalon, this spot here, and Colac is there. See what I see. There's no actual airway that goes straight into it. That's going to be a direct GPS. When we come back, we'll be flying over the top of Avalon, and then we'll be dropping out of IFR, probably tracking Werribee South, Altona South, and then over into the city. I think we maintain to the left of the city, somewhere over the Westgate Bridge. Fly to Parkville and then kind of pop into the helipad. And out of there it's just a straight line to Essendon VFR. The tricky bit is the pickup of the IFR. We'll do that twice this trip if my plans go well. Once here on the ground at Essendon, and we'll hover taxi down to the helipad takeoff as an IFR departure, and then on the way back we'll pick it up at Airborne at Colac, after having flying the entire Princess Highway from Pomborneit down to Colac. Alright, we'll assume that everybody's done their jobs down here, and we've got a aircraft that's ready to go. Just checking that. Cool. Leave the phone ready to go. Let's jump in. And let's get those doors closed because it's windy out there. I think we'll connect that ground power as well, because we're going to be sitting on the ground here a little while. So there we are, ground power set and connected. Let's get some power going. Pitot heat stay off. Avionics go on. Lab test. Looking good there. Hydraulics are set. Other runsy. Yeah, not doing too bad. Been away for a little while. Then our first stream back ended up crashed to desktop. Bit disappointing there. And DC receive should be on. Yes, indeed. Zoom that in a bit. Nice to see the taxiways on it. Message. Yes, we need a flight plan. We are IFR today, so we'll chuck all of our details in. We're coming out of YMEN. And for this one, we're going to Colac, YOLA. Let's be honest, is nah, it's Essendon. So I don't have to do it again. We've only filed Essendon to Colac, but we're going to fly the entire thing in one hit without refueling or shutting it down. I did not hear the good news. What good news is good? So Sammy to Avalon. And to Colac, YOLA. So hola. And after that, it is essentially Avalon. No, I should do Ola twice. Yeah, PMDG coming out with a 777 soon. That should be fun. Colac. Colac doesn't really have waypoints, so chuck in Cobden. Kinda works. Why CDE? And YOLA again. And Avalon. After that it almost won't matter, but I'll chuck in the waypoint that I want to track to after Avalon. It's a VFR waypoint. So it'll just show up on the GPS even though we won't be using it. And I do believe it'll be Altona South at 2000. Might be Williamstown. Yes, it's Williamstown. Is that too far in? WMS. Cool. I'm happy with that. Swoop that out. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Helicopter. IFR. Because of weird. Yeah, I'm probably not going to buy the 737-900. Sorry fans, I'm just not that interested in such a aeroplane. Alright, CPL. Cool. I think we should have a chat to, well, at least to listen to the ATIS before we start starting up. Set that in, it'll be 6,000 because it's IFR. Technically that's mostly outside of controlled airspace once we get out to the countryside, but that's alright. ATIS is 1180. Alright, cool. Hi there, Cloudy Maker. Good to see you there. All of our doors are closed. Obviously, the autopilot won't run because we don't have any engines running. I'm just going to double check our batteries are in. They are. Start priming our fuel. Start flashing some lights. 1217, and it'll be 1320. Getting our frequencies all sorted out. And then on the other comm,
Departure, climb by SID 5000, squawk or plan rate. Small 0.
Ah, that's right. Fun. So runway, radio 1 is on the left, of course. 1180. That's why I couldn't hear anything.
Melbourne Terminal Information Sierra. Runway 16 for arrivals and runway 27 for departures. Wind, 190 degrees, 10 knots. Cav OK. Temperature 16. QNH 1022. On first contact with Melbourne ground or approach, notify receipt of information Sierra. Time check, 0720.
Okay, information Sierra, QNH 1022. That's set. Wind 190 at 10, so taking off southbound. They'll be using runway 16 for arrivals. Was it 27 departures? If it is, that's really nice. Yes, it is.
Melbourne Terminal Information Sierra. Runway 16 for arrivals and runway 27 for departures.
Perfect.
Wind 190.
Quit the Sydney Docel planned route, runway 27, Docel 1 departure, climb via SID 5000, squawk 4370, departure frequency 132.0, Qantas 478.
Qantas 478.
Yeah, I need a push the talk button. There we are. Melbourne ground, CareFlight 3 is at Essendon, requesting IFR departure via Avalon to Colac, 6000.
CareFlight 3, standby.
Yes, that's not particularly standard. Random helicopter wants to leave Essendon. IFR, just cause. Alright, so the, I guess we could say the role play is that we're going out to Pomborneit. By the way, that we're going to be landing literally on the campground that I was at for last week. Camping in a big bell tent and pretending to be a knight in shining armour. Playing ding dong
All
on my
stations,
trumpet.
Melbourne ground will be transitioning to Melbourne Tower. All stations switch to frequency 120.5 in about 10 seconds.
On 20.5, set.
Melbourne Tower, Jetstar 604.
Jetstar 604, Melbourne Tower.
Melbourne Tower, Jetstar 604, get push and start.
Jetstar 604, squawk my Charlie.
So there's a ambulance and a regional emergency frequencies. on UHF.
And I believe there was another Jetstar aircraft and they're requesting push. Can I get the call sign?
This stuff here is the autopilot,
Jetstar Fox.
although that's backed up in the, I guess you call it EFB, because looking down
Jetstar
there is
528, push approved.
untenable sometimes when you're trying to fly.
Push approved, Jetstar 528.
So it's nice to have big buttons up here.
Jetstar 604, push back onto Sierra is approved.
Push back on the Sierra, push back in Jetstar approved. Jetstar 604.
Zoom in a bit so I can see traffic if I need to. And CareFlight 3, just checking how that's clearance is coming along. No press.
Sasha calling, say again.
CareFlight 3, requesting IFR departure from Essendon via Avalon and Colac 6000.
CareFlight 3, clearance on request, standby.
New frequency. Same guy, but new frequency. He can't get away from me that quick. Alright, our air conditioning is off for the start. Packs on for now. Landing lights off, position lights are in, collision light is off.
CareFlight 3, contact Melbourne approach 132.0.
132.0, CareFlight 3. One of these days we'll have a controller that cares. In fact, I think we should just start. Yeah, we'll get a thingy. Melbourne approach, CareFlight 3 is a H145 helicopter at Essendon requesting IFR clearance to Colac via Avalon 6000.
Station calling, could you say your call sign again?
CareFlight 3, Charlie Foxtrot Hotel 3.
CareFlight 3, you're cleared to stand by.
Wherever it is. OLC. It's a weird one, that one. The name of the place is Colac, starting with a C, but the ICAO code starts with an O, because reasons and stuff. Yola! Okay, hydraulics are in both. I think we'll just start it. Will take a little while to start. So have fuel set to both. Let's turn those on and let's get an engine going.
CareFlight 3, could you say your destination again?
Yeah, that's Colac, OLC, Colac.
CareFlight 3, you're cleared to Colac by the as down plan route. Squawk 4357 and climb 4000.
Via Avalon, planned route, squawk code 4357 and initial climb 4000. CareFlight 3.
Delta Romeo Sierra at 8000.
4357.
Delta Romeo Sierra, descend via star 5000.
And we'll turn that into altitude reporting.
By the star 5000 Delta Romeo Sierra.
One 13475, we might occasionally need 12375. We'll get the second engine going. Doubt that we'll need that one, but 134325 is almost certain. Second engine is coming up. Still showing start. N1 is passing 50. And we have 2 engines at idle. And N1 is stable. Starting both. Feet on pedals. And into the overhead. Drop the primer. Put the pumps in. We need all of our lights on. Strobes on. Anti-collision is on. Landing light will leave off for the moment. Start the air conditioning. P-flight, check. Just the old part waiting. Okay, autopilot has set. We have EPUs connected, so I need to disconnect that.
Romeo Sierra descend to 4,000.
P-flight test okay, flights around, air conditioning is set, and LAVCS. Okay, let's call to move. CareFlight 3 is at the emergency apron. Will be hover taxiing to the tower helipad by Delta.
CareFlight 3, no reported traffic. Report run at the helipad.
Report the helipad, CareFlight 3.
And Delta Romeo Sierra light further descent to 3,000 correct visual approach, thanks.
Delta Romeo Sierra, apologies, descend to 3,000, clear the visual approach runway 16.
The lateral stability
3,000, clear
augmentation
the visual
system.
approach 16, Delta Romeo Sierra.
How do you turn the static aircraft off? I'm not sure I've had to encounter that before. I don't think it's a flight sim thing. If you've got add-on scenery, you can turn that off there. Obviously I've got no AI traffic loaded, but you'll probably see a few aircraft in the apron there. That's part of the Orbx scenery, which I have failed to turn off.
Delta Romeo Sierra is established in the visual approach 16.
Delta Romeo Sierra, I believe I cleared you for the visual. Oh no, disregard Delta Romeo Sierra, contact correction Melbourne Tower 120.5.
Yeah, no, it did say I was established on the visual approach.
Contact Melbourne Tower 120.5.
120.5.
Can't do that without the lateral augmentation system on it. You can turn that off, but why turn that off when you can have it? It's an Airbus helicopter after all. Why not have fly-by-wire? Rebel approach, CareFlight 3 is at tower helipad, Runway 17 ready for departure.
CareFlight 3 departure instructions are heading 210 and contact Melbourne departures 118.91 airborne.
Heading 210 degrees and after departure, frequency 118.9. CareFlight 3. We're on 21189 set. I feel like we should flip that over straight away and give us a heading of 210. Let's go. Get some transitional lift. Melbourne departures, CareFlight 3 departed Essendon, we're at heading 210, climbing 4,000, passing 1,000.
CareFlight 3 departures identified, stand by. CareFlight 3 departures, climb to 6,000, maintain your present heading.
6,000, maintain heading, CareFlight 3. So I need heading. So there's heading. 210, I'll depart in, we'll go vertical speed. Go IAS.
CareFlight 3, turn left, heading 180.
Left heading 180, CareFlight 3. All part off. Keep that climb going.
CareFlight 3, position 24 miles to the northeast of Avalon. Resume navigation, direct Avalon.
And navigation, direct Avalon, CareFlight 3. In the flight plan, Avalon, direct to. And we need to be in navigation for that. Done. Hi there, Mick. You said hello instead of saying helo. H-E-L-O. Helicopter. Passing 3,500. Track along at about 110 knots. We're on autopilot. Got to redirect that direct. Now we don't have autopilot, we don't have altitude capture on this aircraft as far as I know. So we just essentially have to manually capture the altitude ourselves. Coming out of 5,000. I believe that's the ring road just below us. The ring road where it meets the Westgate Bridge, yeah, the Westgate Highway.
Airborne departure, hello, test traffic 04, passing 3,800.
604 departures, identifies climb up a Spitfire
Be a line at least.
240, cancel speed below 10,000.
Climb flight level 240, cancel speed restrictions, test traffic 04.
And speak up that speed again, 120 knots would be great. Okay, we're hands off in a helicopter. Five 9. 6,000 altitude select. Keep that speed coming up. 125, even 130 would be great.
Just 604, position 44 miles to the southwest of Dosal. Position, resume of navigation, direct Dosal.
Correct, those are test traffic 04.
There's Point Cook down there. And the road down to Geelong. Speaking of Geelong, that's Geelong all the way over there in Corio Bay over there.
Melbourne departures, g'day, Qantas 478 climbing through 3,500 to 5,000.
Qantas 478 departures, g'day, identified. Climb up Spitfire level 230, cancel speed below 10,000.
Climb
3 degrees outside the aircraft right now.
Cancel speed below 10,000, Qantas 478.
Bit nippy. You're at 6,000 feet. Air conditioning is pumping away. Feel like that landing light doesn't need to be on anymore. Dingo 77 doing a round the world trip. Nice. I can barely get all the way through my around Australia trip at the moment. We'll have to do one of those. Maybe Thursday. Actually, I think I'm going flying on Thursday. Maybe not Thursday. Maybe not this week anyway. Yeah, we're pretty well flying straight down the highway. Did you know that the tickets for Avalon Airshow open today?
04, contact Melbourne Centre 123.75, see ya.
Contact 123.75, thank you. Delta 604.
So if you want to buy tickets for Avalon Airshow, you can go, I guess you can search it on Google.
And Qantas 478, contact the Flight level 240.
Contact the flight level 240, Qantas 478.
Avalon Airshow tickets for 2023.
Melbourne departures, just 528, passing 2,500 for 5,000.
Just 528 departures identified, Qantas Flight level 230.
Climb by the 2230, just 528.
Friday, March the 3rd until Sunday, March the 5th. Yeah. I know it's a fair way off. There's a Christmas between then and up, but get ready. As this one won't be cancelled by COVID.
Cancel speed below 10,000.
Cancel speed between 10,000, just 528.
How's this for a helicopter? Completely autopilot. An IFR autopilot helicopter. Put up a practice of my Hallelujah chorus
Qantas
sometime
478,
tomorrow.
contact Melbourne Centre 123.75, g'day.
123.75, Qantas 478, g'day.
That's Avalon still coming up ahead. Avalon's about 1/3 of the way to our destination. Maybe a third. Possibly only a quarter, but still. Got a fair way to go to get all the way to Pomborneit.
Summit departure, fellow Zulu Kilo Oscar, Golf Oscar, just levelling at 5,000 feet on the Docel one.
The thing that I learned about Pomborneit
Golf Oscar departures identified.
is somewhere around 40,000 years ago,
for sequencing, turn left,
as
heading
I'll say,
090.
one of the mountains was a volcano, and it spewed a whole bunch
Okay,
of
just stand by two shakes.
rocks everywhere. So when you go to Pomborneit, you'll find that you don't really have soil so much as you have rocks on top of rocks with soil in between them.
Left turn now. Confirm 090 for Oscar Golf Oscar.
Not the best camping ground.
Make that 080.
Okay, round to the left 080 Oscar Golf Oscar.
Finding a place to put your feet was quite a challenge at times. Certainly sinking a tent peg was more of a challenge
Just
than
528, contact Melbourne Centre
most people are up
123.75,
for.
g'day.
A lot of the companies that we engaged to try and get the town sorted pulled out on us because they couldn't get tent pegs in. The group we eventually ended up getting essentially put big concrete blocks to hold their tents down.
Convo certified level 240, just for 239.
There's Avalon Airport, about 6,000 over it.
CareFlight 3, contact Melbourne Centre 134.325.
134.325, CareFlight 3.
Delta 9, I'm talking much more generally than that. What airport are you at?
Delta 09, I'm at Melbourne International.
That's always a good sign when you don't know exactly which airport you're at, but you should be with the ground, Melbourne ground 121-47.
Delta 09, sorry about that.
That was my job and call through most of camp. Every hour on the hour. Melbourne Centre, CareFlight 3 over Avalon at 6,000, then tracking Colac.
CareFlight 3, Melbourne Centre, g'day, area QNH 1022.
Area QNH 1022, clear flight 3.
Stations for Melbourne Information Tango now current the changes. Winds 180 degrees 8 knots. Changes Melbourne Information Tango.
So it would be nice to fly the helicopter down there instead of have to drive each way. It's about a 3-hour drive out of Melbourne. Maybe 2.5. It's all 100 zone down there as well, not 110. There's nowhere on that entire stretch of road on the Princess Highway that's 110. It's quite sad, really. So that extra 10 would have made the trip a little quicker. Because we're CareFlight as such, generally they would fly this aircraft as a medical
Quite a 694 for 6, increase
kind of
your
thing.
max speed.
Or to transfer
And
people
flight
between
level 130.
hospitals, that's the thing
Max
that they
speed
do.
and 130, quantum 694.
Of course, if it's gone to the point of needing a helicopter, it obviously needs quick action. Because obviously can't be waiting for a ambulance to drive you between, I don't know, Camperdown Hospital and Royal Melbourne. So maybe someone needs an operation. Someone's fallen over a rubber sword and slammed their face into a rock. That's the kind of things that happen at Pomborneit. Maybe someone was trying to erect a tent and it went for a fly because of the wind.
Melbourne Centre, good evening. IFR BA 146 Romeo Sierra Lima taxiing Broken Hill for Sydney.
That might be a thing that actually happened.
Romeo Sierra Lima, Melbourne
got injured
Centre.
before,
You're outside my airspace at Broken Hill. Contact me prior to Alasu for clearance.
No worries, Romeo Sierra.
Dragon at 512, contact approach 132.0, g'day.
1320, Dragon 512, cheers.
Yeah, The main difference between the freeware H135 and H145, the autopilot on this one is a lot more polished. This one can actually hover properly, whereas the H135 kind of gets stuck in a bit of a slough that you have to manually correct. This one's a single button press and then it'll just enter a hover and come to a stop. It's pretty amazing. Obviously this is a larger helicopter, got more range. This one also, you can land it in the water accidentally. It's not a amphibious aircraft, but it will stay afloat if you dump it into the ocean. Basically these little things explode out and turn into a massive a boat essentially that the aircraft sits on. So they're inflatable. Won't really float for too long, but you can get out of it while it sinks and tries to flop over instead of scrambling out of the ocean after it's gone down. Yeah, it's just a little bit more polished overall. Obviously it's a pay-wear aircraft, so they're putting more effort into it. That said, the H135...
CareFlight 3, control services terminated.
CareFlight 3. So outside of controlled airspace now. Is there anywhere that we could stay inside controlled airspace? 8,500. Alright, we'd have to be above 8,500 to stay inside controlled airspace, but that wouldn't last long once we left that area. We'd have to be above... No, 8,500 is possible. Eastbound, could we do 9,000? Should we do 9,000? It's only in that wedge though. And Colac is here. So we're actually going to maintain outside of that controlled airspace, aren't we? What's a CLL out here? It's a level 125. I don't think a helicopter has any business being at flight level anything. So I'll just, we'll take it. It said control services terminated as well, rather than just radar service terminated. Would have been nice if he had done the radar thing, but I get it because he's focused up north with all the traffic going to Sydney. But if he was, for instance, a controller that was controlling aircraft going towards Adelaide, then he'd probably keep us in radar service terminated and then request a estimate for Colac. That would have been interesting. Colac in 14 minutes. Current time 5:04. So it'll be 8:08. Time 08. So it should be overhead Colac at 8 minutes past 7 by my watch, given the current time is 6:54. That's 25.9 nautical miles away, 13 minutes if we maintain the current speed. I think that's the highway up there just to our north. So this is Winchelsea. Little township of Winchelsea right there. The highway that we travelled on was way up there. But we're trekking straight at Lake Colac. After we pass Lake Colac, we're going to be passing over just to the north of the Colac township, and I'm going to barrel straight through the middle of Lake Corrangamite. Lake Corrangamite is a salt lake in Victoria. It's been created by the explosion.
CareFlight 3, no reported IFR traffic for descent.
Copy the traffic, CareFlight 3. He did mean radar services. To time 10. And CareFlight 3, estimate Colac time 10.
CareFlight 3.
Gave myself a bit of extra room in case I want to slow down. Anyhow, Lake Corrangamite is a salt lake in Victoria. It's Victoria's largest lake, perennial lake, and it has no outflow. So all the rivers and stuff and rain that falls in the lake stays there until it evaporates.
694, contact departures 118.9er.
118.9er, Connor 694.
Geology says that it was once essentially a river, and then the volcanic event that turned Pomborneit into a jungle of rocks essentially shut off the outflow of the river. So ever since then that river has not flowed, and we've ended up with a lake that's getting saltier and saltier as the years drag on. Currently saltier than the sea. We might be able to see the volcano. It used to be a volcano. It's extinct now. They think like tens of thousands of years since it last went off. Hi there, Dylan. Welcome to the LNAV VNAV helicopter day. We're in auto speed, auto altitude. We're in navigation mode, tracking a GPS. Not touching the controls at all. Yes, I know, we're in the wrong state. This is New South Wales CareFlight helicopter. Hi there, Lachlan. I thought you'd come down and say hi. What is CareFlight doing in Victoria? Eh. What we're doing is we're flying to where I camped last week in a tent. That's the main place we're going to. So yeah, once we hit the Lake Colac, which is this lake up here, then we turn across to almost directly east. It's across Lake Corrangamite. From Lake Corrangamite, we're going to pick up Pomborneit-Foxhow Road. Yes. I'm not actually a knight, I'm a trumpeter. Field trumpeter. So I'd be a man-at-arms field trumpeter. Knights have to do certain tasks to become knights. I haven't done those yet. Newcastle Knights, good job. Wonder how much of that trumpet I got in the screen. On this thing, no valves. Again. Sonata for the Aero. I have that Duet Sonata by Godfrey Finger. Hi, Penguin. Yeah. Time 02. Gonna back off on the speed actually, just a little bit. Let's bring it back to 115, maybe 110. And there we go. We're going to cancel our IFR essentially, because we're not actually landing at Colac, even though we've told the flight plan that we are. We're not. Melbourne Centre, CareFlight 3, request to cancel IFR. We may pick it up again later.
CareFlight 3, cancel IFR, operate VFR, identification terminated.
Identification terminated, operating at VFR, CareFlight 3. 1200 set, and we'll probably want to drop down to 500 altitude. There's 55. Animated Christmas collector, I can see it. Let's see where this airfield is. I think this is the airfield we went past, me and Luke, on the way home that night when we went out digging rocks. Kind of got off the highway for some reason, don't know why. And we ended up on the road that went past Colac Airfield. Kind of by accident. I wasn't driving. Yes, when you take musical aviator down to the airfield by accident. Yes, this helicopter can indeed go into a vortex ring state. It will throw alarms at you before it happens, but they have modelled that. They told you not to do it. I don't want to do it. I'm going sightseeing for a reason. We won't do it while we're online, at least. I'm going to think about it after we're finished. I don't know the exact physics of the vortex ring state, but I just know you need to descend rather quickly, and that'll get you there. to descending with power, settling with power, that kind of thing. So you like drop out of the sky and then add a heap of power, and then yeah, you kind of go through your own rotor wash on the way down. So not much forward speed, drop it out of the sky like a rock, add power to try and boost your way out of the dive. Then you'll enter the vortex restate. That's what I'm told. Bit rusty on this. Not a helicopter expert. But yeah, I'm told that the H145 does do that in the sim. Hi there, Cal. Cal wants to enter our Discord server. You want to do the pleasantries, Mr. Lachlan? Or shall I? Copied. There you go. There's our airfield right there. I believe that's the road that we ended up on. Mr. Luke and me. There's that dirt road that ends in that road, so as we came across the airfield we had to turn up there to get back on the highway. Because that's a dirt road after that. A no-through dirt road. Yeah, what we need to do now is descend another 1,000 feet and hit our heading mode. Start the turn.
Mike Hotel Charlie, Melbourne Setter, g'day, when ready, lead controlled airspace descending, area QNH 1025, no reported IFR traffic.
1025, Mike Hotel Charlie.
Let's drop down to 3,500. You just use the bump trim buttons, so I've got them set up on my joystick, so I should be able to do auto hovers if I need to. So this here is Lake Colac. I would go the roadway, but I don't need to, so I'm going to go direct to the camping site, which is on the other side of Lake Corrangamite. We'll do a landing in the, what the people are calling the flats, up the top. And then we might try and walk our way into the town site, which is a little bit, you know, more hilly, more rough. Lots of stuff around it, lots of trees. So the flats is nice, we can land there easy. Apart from all the rocks. The rocks would be a problem if we were actually trying to put the helicopter there. As in, I don't think we could put the helicopter safely on the ground in this entire campsite without falling over rocks. We'd probably break our skid on something. You'd have to use a prepared site. Now the town site...
Mike Hotel Charlie observed, right of route, just confirm whereabouts you're tracking.
The town site would be prepared site, I guess.
Should be tracking direct to Kuma, but I think
it's a bit small. We're at 3.5 now. Feeling about the speed of a Cessna at the moment. Might bump that up a touch.
And Melbourne Center, Mike Hotel Charlie, doesn't understand.
Mike Hotel Charlie.
Hello, Mick and Clem. Guessing one of those is Kale. Ah, Mick, of course. Makes sense. sorry for the deadness of the thing. It is a bit dead these days. Its heyday was the COVID lockdowns when nobody had anything else to do, myself included. Nowadays I'm playing trumpets and cornets and pretending to be knights in shining armour and going off for week-long camps in Pomborneit.
Quest 259 Melbourne Centre, g'day.
And in Milan. And in Harcourts. And in Lardner Park. Yeah, it's been a bit of a hectic year this year for me. Not hectic as in flying lots of Vatsim, hectic as in getting out of the house. Working back in the office again. Playing with the Stonington Symphony Orchestra. Playing with the Sunshine Brass Band. Yeah. It's been fun. Yep, I like that as well. That said, we do have, you know, the Bing data. And there are some of those of us that are crazy enough to replace it with Google data. So I'm not really that big into the cities themselves. Melbourne, obviously, because you got tall buildings and helipads and stuff. Sydney, because it's Sydney. Brisbane, don't get to Brisbane enough to really care, but sure. Next week we're going to Brisbane. Friday night ops, Saturday morning in Vatpac airspace. That's Saturday the 22nd. No, it's this Saturday, the 15th. 22nd is across the pond. So yeah, the 15th we've got Friday night ops in Australia. I think I'll be flying the Phoenix A320 up to Brisbane from Sydney. Let's do it like City to Brisbane City kind of thing. And it's across the pond the week after that. Either I'll have a slot, might have a slot, or we'll be doing the old bounce around European cities thing.
Mike Hotel Charlie.
I'm tempted to do the A330 for across the pond. You'll go 7,000 on the way back, just to make things more interesting. Higher we are, the better for ATC. It shouldn't be 7. It should be, yeah, it is 7 because it's going eastbound. Yeah, that's cool. All right, I see a lake up ahead, and I think I see Foxhow Road. So we need to turn to the left slightly. Gonna come off autopilot. So over here we have a nature reserve, and the property that we are owning now, as Swordcraft owns this property apparently, just up on this forested area. I recognise that lake, which is on the corner of Foxhow Road there. So we're going to aim at the lake. We're going to do a circle. We'll come up and track along Foxhow Road to the north. From that point it should be fairly obvious which one the LARP camp is at. Apparently this is going to be like a fairly long-term returning property that they go to next year, once a year, maybe more than once a year. To be honest, I'm a little less than happy with it. It's very rocky. Lots of rocks. You can't park your car anywhere because there's lots of rocks. You can't drive the car down the road because there's lots of rocks. Can't find your footing when you're walking around your tent because there's lots of rocks. You can barely put a tent up because there's lots of rocks. And the rocks all came from... it's behind us. There's a mountain that sticks up just out of Colac, and once upon a time that was a volcano. Throwing lots of lava which turned into the rocks that you see below us.
Like Hotel Charlie, contact center 123-475.
Over to 123-175, Mike Hotel Charlie.
There's Foxhow Road, that big
Colac
curve.
259, we're shortly closing and moving airspace. Monitor Unicom 122, decimal 8.
122, decimal 8.
125 on the ship.
I'll get to that when I can be bothered. Run 1, 1, 2, 2, 8, set, go. Other animated, yes, I went for a camp. Dressed up as a knight in shining armour, living in a tent, playing trumpet calls every hour. Between 9 and 5, usually sometimes 6 PM. Basically running a medieval town, and the location where we did that is just over here. We're about to land in it, so we're actually going to the place where I was for a week living in a tent. This road here is Pomborneit-Foxhow Road, and I'm going to turn up into that road while we continue to descend. I'll maintain at least 60 knots. There's the flats. So to go out from the road and then back around, and then we'll hopefully be nice and slow and low. We'll be able to land in the rocks. I mean, what they call the flats. We had a massive tent city set up right in that space there. It's actually quite impressive. When you come into it, it's like, this is a tiny little town, I can't really tell where we're meant to be, and then you see this field full of tents. You go, ah, I know where I'm meant to be. Coming out of 1,000. 40. Want to stay inside the 40 zone. There's a blue line at 40. So it's dangerous to be below 40, because if you lose the an engine, you'll have issues getting out of that. 40 is your minimum auto rotation. Alright, we've done the circle. We've got the flats straight ahead. There's the little gatehouse right there, and there's the break in the fence. So that's where we entered our cars and then ground the bottoms of them along the rocks that were there. So this is Pomborneit-Foxhow Road, very small road, barely enough for two cars to pass each other. Nobody except people coming into this area really use it. There's a few farmhouses, mostly cattle. I think they do dairy farming up here. This field that you see, this is full of rocks. When I say it's full of rocks, you can barely make one step. You can barely put your foot on the ground and find a sure footing, because it's just a rock that's going to be at a weird angle because it's right up against another rock. So, behold thine field of rocks. So this spot we called the flats because we had the overflow tents, people from outside of town or not in one of the war bands that were inside the town were set up here. There was like portaloos, bunch of tents, people's own individual tents. I think we saw a couple of camper vans. There's at least one combi van in there. And then you go down this path, and this path is treacherous. They did have a road grader come down here to, you could actually drive down here, but they didn't let anybody go past about that tree for the most of the week. So if you, and I was, if you're camping in the town site, you had one day to get in, the Sunday, and then you would never get your car back to your tent again until the next Sunday. So you're committed for the week. And if you wanted to walk back to your car, it took like 20 minutes to walk back to your car. So, a bit of a hill down in here. There were people camped past the rock wall, which was here, roughly. It's a wall made out of rocks. And in these little hollows, there are people with tents and stuff living there, making their little camps. Everything inside the rock wall was in character as much as possible. So everything from here on was medieval, no cars, as little modern clothing as possible. The only kind of variation to that was up here a little bit further. There was a block of portaloo toilets and showers. So you could still have showers and go to the toilet without having to go behind a tree. That's about it. Confined area approach. Yes, I can see where we're going. There's a massive tree there, and I'm going to go to the side of that. But up here, we have the actual town site. And I've ended up translating to the side slightly, so I'm going to gain some altitude. There we go. So these little paths go up into the town site as such, and during the camp itself you wouldn't have been able to land on that town site because it was just full of tents. I think we had 20, 30 tents in this space. Guild tents. We had people running shops in there, like proper money shops as well as in-character money shops. We get silly pretend coins that are real coins, properly made out of metal, but they're not money. They're like copper coins, silver coins and gold coins. My particular camping site was right about there, so my tent was probably pitched right where my mouse cursor is right now. So I'll go ahead and move up there into my space. And behind my space, in that kind of dirty area with all the trees around it, were the silver glade, and they they act as elves. So they wake up every morning and put fake ears on while I'm putting armor on. So anyway, I'm hovering over where my tent was now. So I lived about there for a week. Gonna back out for a bit. Roll back around to the main town site. Here is the main town. It's sort of been full of tents for the entire week. Hi there, Todd Inspector. I haven't, but I should. It's at Cryle Castle, usually, or sometimes at Larden Park. I have been advertising it recently, and it's this month. I think it's like either next weekend or the weekend after that. I'll have to do it one day. It'd be nice to talk them into letting me play trumpets for it. That'd be even better. It's like, yeah, I'll come to your thing, but can I play trumpet too? Okay, this is the town site. And yeah, it kind of isn't as flat as I thought it was. Should have gone back there a little bit. We've landed essentially where the medic tent was, funnily enough. There's a road that goes downhill to the toilets. So yeah, this was the town site, and we'll lift off again.
Vatsim 221, mic check.
Cool, so that's the town site. We did have a battle site which wasn't quite as open as that. A few more trees and tree cover. Let's see if I can get to there. Followed that road around a bit.
Vatsim 221, mic check.
I think it's that spot. Might be that spot. So yeah, we did like hitting each other with rubber swords in that space over there. Quite a bit of fun. I think we'll do a pickup of a patient. In the town site. Flying over the Empire Quarter right now. All the people pretending to be Holy Roman Empire. Into the town, over the Red Hound, which was the kind of bar tavern thing. One of them. We had two taverns in town. The Stag's Head, which was the rich one, and the Red Hound, which was the poor one. And we settle. Going to drop out of flight, so we're in idle power just for a little bit, and while we're in idle power we'll open some doors up. In the meantime I need a direct to. So it's don't need Cobden, we need Colac for the second round. flight plan, I think. Let's do that. CDE. It's the other one, isn't it? O something or other. OLA. And after Avalon, WMS. And after that to VFR, but we won't need it, but we might as well chuck it in anyway. Essendon. That looks right. Cool. I think they'll make Melbourne. I think they're making that now. Canberra, I hope. Cairns, I hope. Moorabbin, I hope. Who knows? Maybe they won't. It'd be silly for them not to make a Melbourne. Alright, patient is aboard. Let's get these doors closed. So we're going to do an interesting fly out of here. It's going to be a little less than realistic, but it's going to be similar to how I drove out of here in my car. We're going to do it in a helicopter. So, air conditioning is set. We have floats armed. Everything up here is good to go. Landing light is off. We'll turn that on. Let's get moved. I need Cobden CTAF because we're literally going to fly over it. CTAF frequency Cobden 1267. Set, flip that around, and we need 12375. Set. Cool. Time to go. Goodbye, Sudenburg. Pomborneit. Towering takeoff. No opportunity for transitional lift through most of that. Just went straight up. There's the road. And it turns sharply and heads that way. Past the flats. These are the things we called these beats of the town. So this was the flats, and then there's the car park with all the rocks in it. And we'll turn on to Foxhow Road. Heading towards Colac and Princess Highway. Flying like it's a car race. If only we could drive this fast. No, that'd be dangerous. It's only safe because we're in the air. We can do things like cut the corner. There's that little lake. Didn't really get to see that lake. From the ground it's basically invisible. Once again, you can barely fit two cars past each other on this road. Some more random farms. There's some dude burning some trash on the side of the road when I left last time. Couple of random houses here. Funny thing is, we're going really fast for the road. The helicopter needs to be going slightly faster for its safe speed. With auto rotation safe speed. We're there now. Blue dot. Up ahead we see a place called Pomborneit. It's a dealer in antiques. And this road coming in to meet us from the right is the Princess Highway. Princess Highway goes all the way to Adelaide and all the way up to Sydney. Yay, got someone on Vatsim doing this silly. There's our volcano, and I blame that mountain for all of our rocks. Okay, I believe that we are on CTAF 1267, we are. $12 miles. Colac traffic, CareFlight 3 is a helicopter H145. We're tracking along the Princess Highway towards Colac, currently 12 miles. We'll be overhead the field at 3,000 feet climbing. Traffic Colac. There you go. Well, at least you did it in the right place. It is OCTA. Now this is Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 scenery. Default. It's just what it looks like. I can pick out specific places where I pitched my own tent, and when I flew over where the Red Hound was, and yeah, it's supremely detailed. Pity these cars are driving on the wrong side of the road like Americans, but you can't get every detail right, can you? I think that building there, I think it's that one, is a church that's been converted into, and I kid you not, a Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster. It's literally there. I think it's Stonyford rather than Pomborneit, but Old Country Church. It's the best immaculately kept church in this entire road, and Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster. It has managed to keep its cross on the top. I didn't go in. Maybe next time I go out here, out to these parts of the world, next year sometime. Yeah. I wonder what it's like. Let's look it up on Google. Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster. And I believe it is in Stonyford. Stonyford. But if you put the word Pomborneit there, it probably will come up as well. Just following the road that I drove home on. Going a fair bit quicker than I did. I think I'll get to Colac and then we'll turn off from the town towards the airfield. Hi there, Edward. You live on this flight path. You live on the Princess Highway or just off it? Or into, where are you from? Geelong or further out? If you're on the Princess Highway, then I literally drove past your house like 5 times. Hi there, Edward. We're heading towards Colac out of Pomborneit. Camperdown is behind us. I think we're past Stonyford, and the next town will be Colac. Yeah, I love old Pomborneit. Tiny little, I dare not even call it a town. Collection of farms. Hamlet, I guess. Locality, I think is how it's described. Here's a pub. Not a bad looking pub. Hi there, Crip Man, how you doing? Few buildings, a live action roleplay, Swordcraft venue for camping in, with lots of rocks. Too many rocks, so many rocks. Ah, Piranyelak, yes, I know the space. I did fly through there without stopping at least 4 times over the last month. We came out to the site a week early to prepare our tent space. Flight Sims put the road not on the picture of the road. Interesting. So the cars are driving on the grass and there's a road here that's not being used. Colac Airfield, we can go for a stop there actually. Why not? We'll land there. We're in a helicopter, we can land anywhere. once we go up the hill towards the Maccas, then once we pass the Maccas, then I'll turn out and go straight at the airfield. The consistently busy Colac Maccas, every time I went there, bizarre times. It was just chockers. You couldn't get in. Had to like wait on the road for 5 minutes, waiting to get into the Maccas. We came through on like a Saturday, fairly early morning, like 6 AM, 7 AM. It was packed. And then we came through it at like 10 PM the next night, packed. Next time we came through was about midday, packed, and then about 7:30 PM, about 3 days later, packed. This Macca's at Colac. It's like, I don't get it. Why is it so busy here all the time? Is it like the only Macca's in the entire Corrangamite Shire? Maybe that's why. It's become a tourist attraction. I think that's the fuel place, the independent fuel. They were selling the cheapest fuel in all of Victoria 2 weeks ago. Filled my tank to the brim. It's great. $1.60, I think it's $1.63. I mean 163.9. But everywhere else was like 180, 190. This one's 163.9. Yeah, Geelong to Warrnambool, only Macca's in the whole place. You're right about that. Okay, there's the Macca's right there. We're over at right 3, 2, 1 now. And so I'm going to get some altitude out of this. There's 1,000. And yeah, we follow the lake around essentially to the airfield. $1,500. How far away? 5 miles. Traffic Colac, CareFlight 3, helicopter H145 is 1,500. We are 5 miles to the west of the airfield, overhead the town site. We'll be making a full stop landing at Colac. And we'll be joining downwind, runway 18, left downwind, traffic Colac. Should have given an estimate, but I don't know. 3 minutes. Time 5:03. And traffic Colac, CareFlight 3, we expect circuit time 5:03. Still 3 miles. Is that it there? I believe it is. Yes, yes. Little flights around Geelong. Alright, yeah, why not? It's rare that we get to see Geelong. Get to bed in about 1 hour from now, I hope. On we go. Power, power. Colac traffic, CareFlight 3, helicopter H145, 1500 will be joining downwind. For full stop landing runway 27. Tail land at an airport in a helicopter when it's uncontrolled. It's basically flying an aeroplane. You land on the runway, then you hover taxi off. Keeps everything nice and simple when everybody's doing the same thing. You're joining your downwind, you're flying at 100 knots. No need to reinvent the wheel until you land. Then you do have to reinvent the wheel because you've got none in a helicopter. Colac traffic, CareFlight 3 turning left base, runway 27. My brain couldn't think of the word base for some reason. That was annoying. Colac traffic, CareFlight 3 turning final, runway 27. Little red light saying that you're descending too fast. That's the ring vortex telling me. It's like you can go slow or you can descend fast, but you can't do both. Come into the hover. Hi there, Edward. I've got the default update, so I don't have much else. I'm on whatever the current version is that I had to reinstall over the weekend. This weekend just gone. Yeah, they probably haven't actually touched anything around here. So it's just satellite image with generated buildings. Traffic Colac, CareFlight 3 is backtracking at runway 27. Don't need to backtrack right on the middle of the centre line, do I? We'll come off it. I might have added the Victorian airports package at some point way back in like 2020, so there might be a few additional objects, but apart from a package that was created like 2 or 3 months after the sim existed. Yeah, the sock would be on spot because it can tell what a sock looks like, so the AI just puts it there. Colac traffic, CareFlight 3 is vacated the runway. Choppers be fun. This is your home airport. Oh, that's nice. I went driving past here accidentally because, well, I didn't. My friend who was driving, I don't know how he ended up doing it, but somewhere out of the Colac Macca's, we were meant to go back onto the main road, and we didn't. We ended up on this road, that one right there. So I went around the lake instead of straight onto the highway. It was night time. I think he got confused with the lane change or something. So I ended up in the back roads instead of on the highway. So yeah, we drove along that road. I was quite happy with that. It was like, oh, we're on the wrong road. However, if we turn left here, we'll go past the airfield. Oh, nice. It's always nice to visit your home field and learn how to fly. Unfortunately, my home field is Bankstown, which is like one of the busiest places in Australia. Okay, we'll get another move on. Track that road again. Make sure we don't overdo the engines. Collective is back down into normal range. And we'll make the hard right turn back into the Princess Highway. Ding. Overdid the talk a bit. There's the highway and the railway that goes over the road as well. Right next to the highway. Boom. The Warrnambool line, I believe that is. Got a bit of a climb going about 120 knots. That's as much as I really want. And we'll continue straight along. I think we can leave the CTAF now and pick up Melbourne Centre.
Velocity 882, also to approach 132.0.
132.0, velocity 882, good luck. Melbourne Centre, corner 1583 with you, flight level 400.
Corner 1583, sending a day. Rex 141, descend by star 9000, resume profile speed from Lizzie.
So who was it that wanted to do a flight around Geelong?
Melbourne Centre, corner 784, leaving 360.
Holding us up. Would have been nicer just to climb out of here and pick up an IFR clearance on the way up. Would have been something like Melbourne Centre, CareFlight 3 is departed, Colac time, whatever time is now, which is actually 59. Call it on the hour. 808. What's the current UTC time? It's at 7.
Rex 141, Melbourne Centre.
Rex 141, go ahead.
Rex 141, descend by star 9000, QNH 1023 from Lizzie, return profile speed.
900.
9000 and contacting departure approach. Rex 141, sorry for that.
Tracking Avalon, we're given an estimate at Avalon, which is currently 17 minutes into the future. That's easy math because it's the hour,
okay,
so it's time
141, thank you very much.
17 Zulu.
Speedbird 1174, descend by star 9000, Melbourne QNH 1023. 9000, 1023.
to
Or
RH.
Speedbird 1174 from Livery, resume profile speed. Qantas 181, descend
I
by
think
star
I'd
9000,
cancel
Melbourne
IFR at
1033.
Avalon, or just past Avalon, and then we'll get a descent down into the VFR lane. That's how I do it.
Speedbird, correction, Qantas 181, the QNH 1023.
3000, 35 would be nice.
Velocity 899, contact Melbourne Centre 129.8, expect star.
Melbourne Centre 129.8, expect star.
There's the bridge where the railway switches sides of the road.
Singapore 1585, 1 ready, descend for level 130.
We're ready, descend for level 130, roger.
525 kilograms of fuel.
Jetstar 517, continue descend for level 130.
Only burned like 100.
For level 130, Jetstar 517.
Qantas 181, connect Melbourne approach 132.0, good day.
132.0, Pomborneit, good day.
Velocity 342, you're identified. Clear to Melbourne via Pulso, flight plan route, for level 380.
Clear to Melbourne via Pulso, plan route, level 380. Can we get star code as please, velocity 342?
Velocity 342, clear to Melbourne via the Lizzie, correction, RB6 Alpha, arrival, runway 16, flight level 250, when ready.
Thanks, RB6 Alpha, arrival, runway 16, flight level when ready, descent level 250, velocity 342.
And we'll capture that altitude, 3005, without touching the collective, so we just nose over and accelerate hopefully.
On a 784,
this is stability augmentated, so we should be able to take our hand off the stick and the aircraft will essentially just maintain
velocity 878,
what we set it at. Airbus, what can I say? I believe there is some way to get rid of that stuff down here.
Singapore 1585, 1 ready, descend flight level 1.
But that sounds weird and dangerous, so let's not do that.
Qantas 222, Melbourne Centre.
Qantas 222.
There's, is that Whittlesey?
Melbourne Centre, velocity 878, request star clearance.
Velocity 878, clear to Melbourne, Lizzie 8 Alpha, arrival, runway 16, when ready, descend flight level 250.
Lizzie 8 Alpha, arrival, runway 16, flight level 250, velocity 878.
Qantas 222, go ahead please.
Qantas 222, apologies, just lost you off radar there.
Winchelsea, that's the one.
Melbourne Centre, Delta Romeo, Whiskey, Persona, Blanca, radar time, 05, climbing through 2000, requesting clearance to Melbourne.
Delta Romeo Whiskey, Centre Cadet, Squawk 3265.
3265, Delta Romeo Whiskey.
And Lake Modawara is up there.
Speedbird 1174, Melbourne Centre.
Little town of Winchelsea, I didn't really stop.
Speedbird 1174.
You have to slow down at Winchelsea because
thanks for service.
We've got this massive roundabout somewhere in there.
Connect Melbourne approach 132.0.
Like it's exiting the town as well. It's just really annoying roundabout where you have to slow down to like 50k an hour. So you're doing 100 kilometers an hour and it's like 50 zone.
181 Melbourne Centre.
Daring into speed. Please speed so we can fund out police
176 Centre Cadet, continue climb for level 330.
330.176.
ML Centre, velocity 342, level 12 is right, sorry.
Velocity 342, thanks.
It's right there, that roundabout.
Velocity 342, maintain 280 knots. or greater.
Yeah, that's spot.
280 or greater, velocity 342.
Jetstar 517, descent 5 star 9000, Melbourne QNH 1023.
Descent 5 star 9000, Jetstar 517.
Qantas 784, maintain 250 knots on descent.
That's Lake Corrangamite.
Maintain 250 on descent, Qantas 784.
The brown muddy thing. That blue thing is the reservoir.
On front of Jetstar 765, request.
Also got a weird name. Wordy Bullock.
Jetstar 765,
Wordy Bullock
Melbourne
Reservoir.
Papa Lizzie Alpha for arrival, runway 16, when ready descent, Liverpool 250.
Clear to Melbourne by Lizzie Alpha, arrival 16, when ready 250, Jetstar 765.
Jetstar 517, connect Melbourne approach 132.0, good night. Jetstar 517, Jetstar 517, Melbourne.
So far along here, we should see a bend in the road, and that brings us into Warn Pond,
Jetstar 517,
which
connect
I
Melbourne
consider
approach
to be
132.0.
essentially part of Geelong.
Sorry about that, Jetstar.
Delta Romeo Whiskey, report level passing.
Delta Romeo Whiskey passing through 7,400.
Delta Romeo Whiskey identified, climb flight level 200, clear to Melbourne via Thames flight plan route.
Climb flight level 200, cleared to Melbourne via Thames land route, Delta Romeo Whiskey.
G'day, Rex 464, flight level 360.
Rex
There's Geelong, there's Avalon, there's Geelong Hospital, so he can't pass through Geelong Hospital.
Rex 464, that's approved, report
Would have to
back.
be below 1,500 for that. At the moment we only need to be below 8,500 until we hit that blue dotted line, at which point we need to be in control, with control. I think it's Melbourne approach.
Yeah, Qantas 462 with you.
Let's listen to the ATIS 1180.
180 degrees, 6 knots. Cav OK. Temperature 1 tree. QNH 102 tree. On first contact with Melbourne ground or approach, notify receipt of information Victor.
Victor. Need the runways.
Time check.
1023 set.
0912.
So it's QNH 1023, it's 13 degrees Celsius. Information Victor. It's got the VTC up on the EFB.
Melbourne Terminal Information Victor. Expect ILS or GLS approach. Runway 16 for arrivals and runway 27 for departures.
Same runways.
Wind 180 degrees. 6.
3784.
What's it on the alien with that well? 67 Unicorn, now flight level 360. Request what to make scan.
If we remain remain VFR, all we need to do is contact Melbourne approach. It'll deal with centre at all.
Call 784 Melbourne Tower. G'day.
So all we need to do is stay outside of the blue area. It'll be okay. So we're just gonna kind of edge around the edge of Geelong. We can't cross the shoreline. So that water is inside controlled airspace at the moment. So as long as we don't go feet wet, we should be okay. We've got Warn Ponds here. There's Ceres.
Speedboat 1174, just picked up the localizer.
Speed 1174, contact Melbourne Tower 120.5, break
Can
Qantas
refire
181,
as
descend
VFR.
via star 3000, clear the last approach runway 16 from Delta.
It'll be like 2,500.
3,000, cleared for runway 16 from Delta. Pilot approach.
Yeah, maybe 3.5. So from Avalon, we're going to Williamstown. So that'll be Werribee South, WBE. ALTS, ALO, WMS, and then RMH.
Stations approach back. Rex 4.
So here's Geelong.
Just off 517, descend via star 5000.
Descend via star 5000, just off 517.
Break 784, report airspeed.
Indicated 240.
Qantas 784, reduce speed at 220.
Reduce to 220, Qantas 784.
Singapore 1585, Melbourne approach.
1585 now, speed decreasing to 270 knots and descending to 9,000 with you.
We'll descend again. So
Singapore
we can
1585, Melbourne approach, g'day. Expect last approach
Let's say
runway 16,
55.
report
Yeah.
airspeed.
Is it better to go over Avalon or under?
Singapore
That's a good
1585,
question.
reduce speed at
I think it's better to go over.
220 knots.
Anyway, we're breaking off from the Princess Highway now.
Qantas
That's
784,
the
descend
Princess
via
Highway
star
cutting through
5000.
there, just on the like the western
Descend via
edge
star 5000,
of
Qantas
Geelong.
784.
Just off 517, descend via star 4000.
So that road with the bridge going over.
Via star 4000, just off 517.
And up here we need to be contacting with these controllers, Melbourne approach. I'd like to do it at 5,500 exactly. Melbourne approach, CareFlight 3 is VFR helicopter 5,500. We are currently 12 miles to the west of Avalon, looking to transition into controlled airspace, passing Avalon for RMH Melbourne City.
CareFlight 3, contact Melbourne departures 121.7.
121.7, CareFlight 3. Yeah, no, it's 1189. Melbourne departures, CareFlight 3 is 5,500. We are currently 10 miles to the west of Avalon. Requesting to enter controlled airspace, crossing Avalon to Melbourne City.
CareFlight 3 symbol, just 239 identified. Climb up to level 240, cancel speed.
Climb level 240, cancel speed, just 230.
Rex 141, turn right heading 060.
Right heading 360, Qantas 141.
Sounds busy for a departures controller. It should be like just straight up climb via the SID.
CareFlight 3, departures Squawk 4357.
Sword code 4357, CareFlight 3.
Quebec Oscar Echo, turn left heading 270.
Left 270, Quebec Oscar Echo. Quebec Oscar Echo, Quebec Oscar Echo. Do you need to send any speed to help
The
The
with
city of Geelong.
As fast as you can go.
Go Cats. Cats did win against the Sydney Swans. Much to
And
my
Quebec Oscar Echo, actually make that 230 knots,
unhappiness.
still advised.
230 or greater or less?
I am indeed
230
a Sydney Swan supporter, at least I was that season.
230 Quebec Oscar Echo, we'll do our best.
And I might be
And
again.
Quebec Oscar Echo, contact approach 132.0, safe travels.
Approach Quebec Oscar Echo, cheers mate.
You see my house.
CareFlight 3, identified clear to Essendon via Avalon. Werribee East planned routes. climb to... are you maintaining 5,000?
Yeah, currently 5,500.
CareFlight 3, yeah, cleared a block of 5,500 to 5,000 and clearance the same as before.
5,500 to 5 and clearance as before. CareFlight 3. So direct to Avalon.
Correct, 141, turn right, heading 120, contact approach 132.0.
138.0 and 120, Rex 141.
So heading towards Avalon, we can pick up the speed a bit now.
November 375, turn right, heading 080, appreciate your patience.
080 for 375.
We could if we wanted to go back to the autopilot. I mean, we don't need to, but you know, altitude, hold, nav, IAS. Hands off.
CareFlight 3, are you able to accept the block of 4,500 to 4,000?
Affirmative over CareFlight 3.
CareFlight 3, thanks, greatly appreciated.
Copy that, descending down to 4,000, CareFlight 3. They want us to go down.
November 375, speed 100 knots, if able.
100 knots for 375.
Airfield's in sight.
Just 239, contact center on 123.75, g'day.
123.75, g'day, just 239.
India Juliet Tango, spec vectors ILS 16 Essendon, ILS 26 Essendon.
Thanks, spec vectors ILS 26 Essendon, India Juliet Tango.
Three 375, turn right, heading 140.
Right, heading 140 for 375.
There's 4,000. Go back on our altitude. Nav IS.
Departures Quebec Oscar Echo 3000, heading 090.
Quebec Oscar Echo Spodge, g'day. Maintain your present heading, spec vectors, visual 27 approach.
Runway 27, Quebec Oscar Echo.
Appreciate your help.
That's okay.
November 375, yeah, number 2 in sequence. If you could make speed 080 knots or 1 left-hand orbit, 080 knots would be preferred.
108 knots for 375.
375, 080 knots if able.
Sorry, 080 knots for 375.
And 375 into 1 left-hand orbit for me.
1 left-hand orbit, is that just a 360 for 375?
Affirm.
Alright, left-hand orbit for 375.
Quebec Oscar Echo, we're happy direct visa.
Quebec Oscar Echo, nav direct visa.
Oh, nav direct visa. What's my call sign? Quebec Oscar Echo.
Melbourne approach, Connor 784 at 3000, tracking 240 with you.
784, departures today, climb to 5,000.
Climbing 5,000 and just changing that, heading 250, thank you.
And 784, turn right, heading 340.
Turn right, heading 340, Connor 784.
India Juliet Tango, you visual with Essendon?
A-firm India Juliet Tango.
India Juliet Tango, Quebec Oscar Echo, minimum approach speed for now.
Minimum approach speed, Quebec Oscar Echo, not a worry.
Melbourne departures, my apologies. You want me to track what heading? Connor 784.
Right, 340.
340, A-firm 784.
India Juliet Tango, if you like visual approach 26 and join downwind runway. Correction, John base 26, report on final.
No worries. Visual approach 26 and we'll report final. Thanks, India Juliet Tango.
Quebec Oscar Echo, correct us descend.
Quebec Oscar Echo, descend via the visual approach.
We're happy to take the ILS if it's available. Quebec Oscar Echo, descend to 2,500 be grand.
Quebec Oscar Echo 2500 is approved and ILS visual approach, whatever you like. You'll be number 2.
Send 2,500 from VTAF, cleared ILS 027, Quebec Oscar Echo.
Right approaches, g'day, velocity 340, trying to send 90,000 with whiskey.
Velocity 342, departures, g'day, enter 1 left-hand hold at RB for now.
Alright, we're just passing RB, so yeah.
Velocity 342, descend via star 7000, enter 1 left-hand hold heading 160 at Tunka.
Alright, Tunka, left-hand hold, and descend 7000, velocity 342.
Thanks, your sequencing's a bit of a shit show right now.
Alright.
Yeah, Juliet Tango, it's final runway 26.
Yeah, Juliet Tango, clear left control, descending, Ensign, no reported IFR, VFR traffic, go report on the ground, cancel file.
I believe we're still inside control airspace. We are indeed. Very nice.
And we'll call to cancel start. Thanks, India Juliet Tango.
November 375, contact approach 132.0.
So I need to make our request soon. Probably before we hit Williamstown. So
132.
I'll turn it south.
Decimal.
That's coming up soon. I currently have Werribee south, I believe.
Quebec Oscar Echo, Tower 120.5, g'day.
And you want to speed on the down tower, Quebec Oscar Echo?
Quebec Oscar Echo, keep your speed double to your approach speed.
About 4,000 feet, so we just passed through Point Cook. To head out slightly, otherwise we cross Point Cook, we're at 4,000 feet. If we were 500 feet higher we wouldn't have to do this, but we're not. Heading mode. Let's push out east slightly. Gonna pass outside the Point Cook circle.
And velocity 342, you are number 3 in sequence.
Velocity 342, understood.
Directly east should do it.
And approaching velocity 342, we do require the GLS, by the way.
Velocity 342, expect GLS 16.
Velocity 342.
1784, are you
remember we are VFR, not IFR.
Tango, Uniform, November, Kilo,
so
Alpha,
not on the airways.
FMS.
We were going outbound, we're not coming
I will
outbound.
give that a shot, Connor 784.
And corner 784, climb to 6,000.
That's Roby South right there.
And climb 6,000, corner 784.
First time I went to Avalon Air Show, I was still living in Sydney.
Turn right, heading 09.
And I picked up probably that very caravan park right there and lived in that space for a few days. The Avalon Air Show. Just driving in. Because Lara was booked up.
India Juliet Tango, we're vacated 26 cancel Solwich.
India Juliet Tango, Solwich terminate, g'day.
Thanks, Solwich terminated time 28, and yeah, we'll see you shortly. India Juliet Tango.
India Juliet Tango, sir.
And departures velocity 342 center. They gave us the speed restriction of 280 or greater. We have to start reducing that feedback, please.
Yeah, velocity 342, yeah, bring that to your best hold speed for now. You'll be behind a Jetstar A320.
Roger, we'll reduce the speed back to 230. That'll probably be the best velocity 342.
It's more of a museum these days, but technically Point Cook is still a Air Force base.
FNC, A-firm.
There's no active units there.
14 right, return navigation direct Tonka into 1 left hand hold heading 160 Tonka, 6,000.
About the most modern aircraft you'll see flying out of there is the Cessna 172 SP.
Navigation direct Tonka.
But it's Air Force base.
Enter hold with that 16,000. Sorry, can you give me instructions on hold again? 784.
They also have a Cessna 182 in there, a few of them. City in sight.
Velocity 342, cancel hold, turn left heading 140.
Cancel the hold, left to 140, and can we get lower velocity 342?
Velocity 342, descend 5 star 5,000.
That's 5 star to 5,000, and are we going to be able to make the approach in, or what's the go?
Yeah, you are number 2 now.
We'll see 342 saying, then disable like direct Laszlo or Colac.
342, that's just continue left turn heading 140 for now.
We'll see 342 answered.
On 784, you on the hold?
784, no, my apologies. Can you give me that waypoint again, please?
784, just expect back to turn right heading 050.
Do it
apologies,
now.
Turn right heading 050, on 784.
784, no worries.
Melbourne departure, Norma 63375 with you.
375 departures, resume profile speed if you haven't already. You'll just be behind a few arriving IFR aircraft.
Okay, resume airspeed. Bridge 375.
And 375, if you like while you're waiting, City Orbx will be available in about 5 minutes if you want to make your way down.
They're busy up there
where
today.
was that? What, for 375?
You got Canberra going as well. That's fun.
Foxy 342, turn right, direct Belter, send 4000, clear GLS 16 approach.
Alright, direct Delta, descend 4000, clear GLS runway 16, Foxy 342.
1784, continue the right turn, heading 090. 375, actually turn right visual, heading 320.
Right visual for 3, right heading 320 for visual for 375.
Open approach, CareFlight 3 with a request.
CareFlight 3 departures.
CareFlight 3 from Williamstown would like to track to Royal Melbourne Hospital for landing at the helipad just north of the Melbourne City.
CareFlight 3, direct to Melbourne Hospital, descend when you're ready, 1500, no reported IFR traffic, 1500.
Descend when ready, 1500 for the Royal Melbourne Hospital, CareFlight 3.
Velocity 342, send 3000.
3000 velocity 342.
Qantas 784, descend to 4000, expect ILS 16 approach.
Descend 4000, expect ILS approach 16, Qantas 784.
Yeah. Qantas 784, turn right, heading 170, insert the localizer, cleared ILS 16 approach.
Turn right 170, cleared ILS approach 16 right. Qantas 784.
As Williamtown.
Departures today, Dragon 379 with you on descent.
Go ahead to the Balti Bridge. That's it, straight ahead.
Dragon 379 departures, g'day. Information whiskey, I expect ILS 16 approaching number 2, correction number 4.
Copy ILS and number 4, Dragon 379.
Dragon 379, minimum speed descent.
Dragon 379 was that for us?
Open minimum speed on descent.
Copy minimum speed on descent, Dragon 379.
Velocity 342 established.
Velocity 342, tower, g'day.
Tower 1205, velocity 342.
784, direct Belter.
Qantas 784, direct Belter, Qantas.
And 784, Qantas 784, descend to 3000.
Descend 3000, Qantas 784.
2 stations in
This is Melbourne Docklands. We're going to fly straight over it and then over the Balti.
Southwest 1521, good day.
Dragon 379, send 5 star 7000, contact approach 132.0.
Long and quiet.
7,1320,
Descent down to 1005. Nearly there now.
Melbourne departure to go up to
Westgate Freeway, Westgate Bridge just over there.
375.
Missing.
5 Conport, there's a visual.
I'll need to reinstall the Westgate Bridge.
070.
I've got a file for that. I took it away for a while. I thought Orbx would have fixed that.
For 375.
Southwest 1521, climbing to 7,000, currently at 6,000.
Southwest 1521, confirm QNH 1023, indicating 7,200.
Hope I haven't ended up with Orbx missing. I'm seeing a few things that should be there that aren't. But that's there.
Southwest 1521, identified, convoy set flight level 240.
Alright mate, spotted.
CareFlight 3, clear to leave controlled airspace, sending no report of IFR or VFR traffic, brought on the ground, cancel SAR at Royal Melbourne.
Get to leave control area descending and Volco, CareFlight 3.
Melbourne approach, Qantas 784.
This green area right in front of us is Parkville. And on Friday nights I can usually be found in one of these fields, probably that one there, in my
120.
suit of armour, playing a trumpet and occasionally hitting people with a sword.
120.5, Qantas 784.
Southwest 1521, stand by. Southwest 1521, turn right, direct, part P, Papa, Echo Alpha, Romeo Tango.
Southwest 1521, turning right.
Direct, Perth, Papa, Echo Alpha, Romeo Tango.
Turning right, direct, Papa, Alpha, Romeo.
So that building or the one behind it?
Turn right, heading 130. Join final, cleared visual, approach runway 16 when ready, descend to 3000. Thanks for your patience, mate.
Turn right, heading 130, descend 3000 for visual to runway 16, and no problem, 375.
Southwest 1521 4 sequencing, turn right heading 100.
There we are.
Turn right heading 100, 1521.
November 375, turn right heading 160.
Turn right, heading 160 for 375.
And Southwest 1521, resume navigation, direct dose south, what's main route.
And we're on.
Thank you.
Departure good day, Alaska 250, passing 3000 feet, climb to 5000 feet, inbound at null.
Alaska 250, departures identified, Pongo, set flight level 240.
Okay, we can open up some doors, get these people out. There's a fail wheel over there, the rest of Melbourne City. A couple of cranes. Doing a hot out of here and we'll head back up to Essendon. Okay, let's get ready to move again. Feet on.
Currently at 4,300 for 5,000.
2-415, departures confirm QNH 1023, indicating 4,000.
Confirm of QNH 1023, I'm indicating 4,600 now, Emirates 415.
Emirates 415, departures identified, climb level SID flight level 240.
Climb flight level 240, Emirates 415.
November 375, tower 120.5, good day.
120.5 for 375.
CareFlight 3 has reporting on the ground at RMH and will request a lift off again in about 2 minutes to Essendon.
CareFlight 3, no reported to Wi-Fi traffic for your lift off. Report airborne for airways.
Report airborne, CareFlight 3. That's easy. I could probably cut the air conditioning, don't need that anymore. Nobody in the back. Leave the packs in. Landing lights off, and off we go.
Melbourne departures, good evening, Qantas 6012s, passing 3,200 on climb 5,000.
Qantas 6012 departures identified, climb level SID flight level 240.
240, and say the first part?
Say again?
I thought you said something before the flight level 240, sorry.
Climb to flight level 240 initially.
240 and copy the dog.
Alright, cheers mate.
CareFlight 3 lifted off, time 44, tracking to Essendon.
CareFlight 3, cleared Essendon direct 1,500.
Direct Essendon 1,500, CareFlight 3. There's our playing fields for Swordcraft right there. Usually this one, that one there. Sometimes it's that one there.
CareFlight 3, join a left base runway 26.
Left base runway 26, CareFlight 3. It's in sight. Don't necessarily have the runway in sight, but I do have the DFO in sight. I can see that. I can see spotlight. So we could land in the car park there and pick up some fabric. Make ourselves a new costume. Doing 80 knots, that's probably enough for us.
Emirates 415 and Alaska 250 in turn, contact Melbourne Centre 123.75.
Over to 123.75, Emirates 415.
Alaska 250 Centre 123.75.
Contact control 123.75, goodbye.
There's Bell Street, Coburg that we're going over right now. Recognise the very distinctive on-ramps for it. Which makes Pascoe Vale Road that road. I live not too far from there. Can almost fly over my own house. If you're going to runway 17, we would fly over my own house. CareFlight 3, it's turning final runway 27. 6.
CareFlight 3, good to lose control airspace, sending to Essendon Airfield at I-5, VFR traffic, spot on the ground, cancel file.
Okay, CareFlight 3. One. Essendon traffic, helicopter CareFlight 3 is final runway 26. I'll be veering off to land at the helipad. Traffic Essendon. There's the spotlight right there. I can even got the sign. That's brilliant. Yep, spotlight. Hi there, Scotty. Hope you enjoyed the ride. A little insight to little places that I've been this month. Most of them actually. Including Ransford Oval, where I'll be on Friday. Yeah, it does indeed, Cloudy Maker. I think you'll go up to the tower helipad. I know there's that one there. That's not the one I want. So we're heading up to the other end of the airfield. And CareFlight 3 is reporting on the ground.
CareFlight 3, have a good one. Essendon Sandwich terminated. G'day.
G'day. Back to Essendon. Essendon Fields traffic, CareFlight 3 leaving the helipad. We're tracking via Delta and hover taxiing to the emergency services apron. That's a live player right there. That's not a static aircraft or AI, that's someone on Vatsim sitting on the ground there. As I was saying, we do need to reinvent the wheel when you're flying a helicopter because you don't have any wheels. What you do have is a vehicle that can fly really, really slow. Yep, we're inside. Good to go. Well, I'm about to head to bed. Let's get it shut down, shall we? Avionics off. Get the LAVCS off. That's the vibration control system. Strobes are off, and we'll come down here. And shut down. Standbys are off. Conditioning was already off. Packs can be off now. And the final battery. Well, I enjoyed that. I know it's a bit silly flying the New South Wales CareFlight helicopter around Melbourne, but it's a good helicopter. It looks good, it flies well. Hype Performance certainly know their stuff, and recently they've just released a hot air balloon, if you want to be meme-ified. Yeah, I haven't purchased their hot air balloon, that does seem a bit silly. However, helicopter, top notch. So I'll go ahead and log out of Vatsim. And yeah, we'll call that a night. Thank you for watching. Thanks for hanging around. And I think the next group of flights that I'll be doing will be the FNO in Sydney and Brisbane. Technically Melbourne as well, but you know, we don't have scenery down there. So I'm guessing I'll be flying the Airbus A320 from Sydney to Brisbane and back, and maybe back again, who knows. Till then though, I have been a musical aviator, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye for now.